it's Megan. I'm going to talk about the Lorac Pro Palette. So I'm late to the game on this one. This palette's been around for about 2 years, I think, and this is what the package looks like. You get a mini eyeshadow primer called Eyeshadow Primer. And then you get the Pro Palette, which is in this sleek, beautiful, I mean, I like sleek packaging like this. I just don't like bulky palettes. And it opens to a mirror, which I'm covering, and you can see you get 16 shadows, and it's $42, 16 times 0.02 ounce, and then the eyeshadow primer is 0.1 ounce. So I had a question about this palette because I read about it for so long, about how great it was and how fabulous and amazing and just perfect. I felt like, though, there were so many neutral palettes that came out. It's like Urban Decay came out with Naked, and then Lorac came out with the Pro Palette, and then everybody came out with some kind of deluxe, neutral, nude, naked, whatever. And I felt deluged by all these palettes, so I just didn't really buy that many of them. Obviously, this is what a lot of us wear, and if you look on kind of the review boards and whatnot, it seems like the more neutral shades are what people really actually buy and wear. But I didn't know, do I really need this palette? And finally I broke down and bought it. And so what do I think? First of all, you get matte shades on the top, and I debate whether this white is matte. I looked on a bunch of blogs and everyone seems to think it's matte. I took it outside, I saw a little shimmer, so we'll get to that in a minute. And then on the bottom you get these shimmery shades. They're supposed to be ultra pigmented, and you can apply them dry or wet. And I have swatches outside just because I like to see the swatches outside. I just don't think that the artificial light is completely honest. I think that outside, when you look at them, you can really see the shimmer, you can see the shades. And then you get the eyeshadow primer. So eyeshadow primers, as I'm sure you know, really do make a difference. So with me, these last 7-8 hours without the primer. With the Lorac primer, they last 9-10, and there's some fading, but they still look amazing. They are really awesome. This is a great palette. It is among the better of the neutral, nude, whatever palettes, and there have been a couple years now for other people to compete, and I would really put this in the top, and I'll tell you why. First of all, there's the consistency of the shadows. So I'm going to just swatch a couple on my hand. So you can see they're incredibly smooth. I'm going to do another darker one. They are incredibly smooth, pigmented, they blend beautifully. The colors are also just incredibly, I think they lean kind of more toward warm toned. There are a few cooler tones in here. They're just amazing. Blendable, creamy, smooth, even. When I do swatches, I just do one swipe, and I don't do a primer. And my job here doing this is for fun. I don't do this because I'm getting paid by anyone to do it. So my swatches don't have to look good. They look the way that they look, and that's what I think is fair and honest. And these are perfect in just one swatch. They are gorgeous. And also the undertones to these are incredibly flattering. So this is one of the things I've noticed between different brands. First of all, there's kind of the consistency of the pigmentation and how well they apply. Sometimes shadows can apply really well swatch-wise or really poorly swatch-wise, but then on the eyes they look really great or not so great. And then there's also kind of a complexity to the shadows, and also a real kind of workability with skin tones. And these shadows are perfect all across the board. They're pigmented, creamy, blendable, apply well. The tones and undertones are just something that works with skin tones as opposed to being pretty colors. They're actually colors that work on people. And then there's just a consistency across the board of the shadows. And I'll go into them one by one. I don't want to make this to be too long, but I want to explain. The other thing that sets this apart is everyone can throw together just a bunch of like neutral browns and beiges and whatever else. But first of all, this is easier. So having the mattes on the top, except for that one, which I still argue is not a matte, we don't have to think about it. right? I don't have to worry about, okay, which one of these is matte, which one of these is shimmer. It's just simple for me to use, and I like that. If I want a matte look or I'm doing a lot of shimmer on my face, I just know where to look. If I want something with a little bit more sparkle, I know where to look. So I like the ease of that. Also, if you see here, you've got colors like, well, the colors are labeled so you understand what they are. They're not like, you know, weird names. Champagne means champagne, gold means gold, taupe means taupe. Again, that makes it a lot easier for me. If I know I want a soft brown, I can go for taupe. If I know I want something, right here we've got light bronze. It's not even bronze, it's light bronze. If I'm wearing something with kind of a bronzy undertone or a gold undertone or kind of a champagne undertone, I can just find it. I don't have to think about it. But because they mix in colors like pewter, champagne, and deep purple, which are cooler tones, with garnet, light bronze, and gold, which are warmer tones, you know that if you want a warmer tone look versus a cooler tone look, you know kind of which to reach for. So I like the ease of how these are explained. And then there are colors that aren't really boring neutrals. This mauve I was going to put on today, but I wanted to just, when I did my eyes, I just wanted to do like the most basic neutral matte look possible because I was all excited about the shimmers and everything, but I wanted to do a little shimmer on my face, a lip gloss and then a shimmery blush, so you could see exactly how neutral this is when you've got other things going on in your face. So overall, I can't think of a better palette. Honestly, I can think of palettes that are on the same par as this one, but I can't think of a better one. So what are the colors? Okay, so white right here. I'm going to try to swatch these a little bit, but I don't really like swatching on camera, so I'm going to rely on the outside swatches. So white is just that, it's white. Crisp, cool toned matte finish. I don't know that it's completely matte. It's matte with, I think, just a teeny bit of shimmer, but that's just my opinion. The cream right here, this is like my favorite kind of shade. It's got a slight warm undertone. It's pale beige. It's not super pigmented, but you know what? This is the kind of shade that is like my basic. I don't do as well with white unless I'm wearing it with grays when I put it right up here under my eyebrow. So I actually have the cream on right here, and you can see it's a barely there shade, but to me it's more like a highlight kind of a shade, which just makes me look better. Taupe, perfect, very light. I put this on my eyelid, and these kinds of shades with most eye colors are just perfect. They look very natural, neutral. It's warm toned. It's kind of a medium brown. It has a little bit of gray, and again, this is one of the mattes. Then we've got light pink, which is just a light pink. This is a little bit more cool undertone. Obviously the pinks and purples are going to be cooler, and it's just a good basic pink. Mauve is a fun color. This is a plum pink, a little taupe toned and very warm, which I didn't expect, but to me, because it has a little bit of brownish to it, it's a little bit warmer than most colors like that. Sable is like the taupe, a little bit darker, medium dark, warm brown, again very matte, beautiful pigmentation across the board on these. Espresso is just a really dark brown with a taupe undertone. By taupe undertone, I mean kind of like a grayish brown to it. Black is kind of a medium black. This you could use with some of the browns, the grays, and the purples to really create a smoky eye instead of just kind of a, you know, this looks like a neutral natural palette, but when you start adding in some of those kind of colors, you're really getting into the smoky eye world, and you can do a great smoky eye with this palette. I just, like I said, wanted to do a basic, so I wanted to do the mauve, I wanted to play around with the purples, but like I said, I tried to keep it simple. I did the taupe on my eyelid, I did I did sable in the crease right in here, and then under the eye as an under eyeliner, and then I did espresso as just a simple line above on the top line. Okay, bottom, again, I want to get through this quickly. I don't like long videos. Nude is like a warm champagne beige, it's frosted. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And by the way, like I said, these all apply very smoothly and they blend beautifully. I read a few reviews that said some of these didn't apply evenly. I don't agree. From me, they did. Champagne is rose tinted champagne color. It's got a, when I say champagne, I mean like kind of a yellowish pink. It's a very pretty color. Great as a highlight. This and nude are both great as a highlight. One is a little bit warmer tone versus cool tone. The champagne's a little cooler than the nude. Gold. This is just a very pretty shimmery gold, very warm color, almost a coppery, metallic, definitely a little metallic. So if you don't like metallic, this is not just shimmery, that one's metallic. Light bronze is like a warm tone peach. It's got a yellow undertone. And again, it's a little frosty. So if you're not liking the frost, then these might not be the best for you. Pewter, it's a medium dark brown. It's kind of a more neutral. But then it does have a little bit of a gold tint to it. Garnet is a fun color. It doesn't, garnet, this one I don't think the name applies. Garnet to me seems purplish. This one is really coppery. Reddish brown undertones. Again, they're a little bit metallic. So if you don't like metallic shadows, these, I don't actually like metallic shadows much, but these are not super metallic. They kind of are in that shimmer metallic borderline, so they work for me. Deep purple. It's like a blackened purple. It's kind of got plum shimmer and then almost a brown undertone to it. And the last one is Sable, which is a dark charcoal. And it has like a kind of a bluish teal undertone. So it's right there. You can see it's kind of a very complex gray with a lot going on. So overall, yes, I am late to the party on this particular palette, and I've now had and bought way too many of these neutral tone palettes to want to even just, I just don't even want to go there. But this is one of the best, I have to say. When people are raving about it, even with the new competition, it really is not that easy to beat. And it's just because it's so easy to use with kind of the shades labeled the way they are, dividing between the matte and the shimmery shades, and then also mixing kind of cool and warm undertones. It's just a very easy, consistent, but consistent with an edge, not boring. It's a perfect palette, so I love it. If you have suggestions, if you have this palette, if you think I should do certain reviews or that I got this wrong or right, I would love to hear it. Please subscribe on YouTube, and I also do videos from my book, Parent Focused Education book, Get Your Child to the Top. And I think that's it. I just don't know. I don't have anything bad to say about this. Did I say it's $42? And that's that. Thanks for watching.